Hello, I'm Dale from Growing Grounds. Today we're going to replace the dead plant and fix up some broken edging and make it look nice. The problem we have here is a dead plant. The edging's broken, it's been run over. We're going to replace with a boxer this time because these mugo pines are getting lots of scale problems. And you can treat it, but there's another mugo at the neighbor's house that probably has a scale too, so we're going to go with something different. We're going to fix the edging, replace the dead plant, put some gravel back in, make it look nice. Unfortunately, almost everybody puts the edging in wrong, and they don't stake it right, and this is the result. It heaves out of the ground. A lot of people don't like the black edging. We'll show you in a few minutes here how to do it right so it doesn't come out. Well, the first thing we're going to do is get the rock out of the way. We're going to put it up here on the sidewalk and get it completely out. Otherwise you end up with the rock and the mud and everything all mixed up. So first we can get everything out of the way, then we're going to take out the dead plant. Okay, the next problem we have is we use plastic here, and over the years it's just gotten very weak and it tears. We're going to use landscape fabric because it breathes and lets moisture in and out. And if you buy a good quality fabric, it won't fall apart like this. So we'll be changing that too. Alright, first thing we need to do is dig a nice little trench, straight down the sides, tapered back. Get your edging all the way down in the hole so it's level. You pull it up about an inch maybe so your mower clears it. But too many people try and drive their stake straight down, like this. Frost pushes up on it, pulls it right out. When I put these edging in, I drive the stake at a steep angle, like this, because frost pushes up. I can't pull that stake up, it's at an angle. You notice I also made a little cut here to make it flush with the sidewalk. I'm going to take an extra rusty stake, one of the old ones, reuse it, put another one in here, because more is good. And it's always the corner that comes up. We're just going to keep moving down the wall here, or the edge, put in another stake. Again, drive it at a steep angle. Then we're going to come back in here and backfill it. Something like that. And then we're going to stomp it down in here real good. We'll do it prettier than that, but that's the idea. You get it in there and you put the dirt back in, and you stomp the dirt in there. The stakes hold it down. We'll shape it up later. What we've chosen here is a new boxer to go in its place. And I've dug the hole about twice the size of the pot. Now, we're going to get the plant out of the pot, and you'll see quite often container-grown plants have these roots that are really coiled. So we crumble them slightly on a container plant. You don't make a big mess. You can also take a knife, a pair of pruners, and cut a slit or two. The idea is to disturb the roots to make them spread. Put that in the hole, check our size. That's going to be about right when we're ready to go. Okay, overall this soil's not terrible. See how it kind of crumbles? It's wet and sticking together, but it's not that bad. We're going to add a little bit of peat moss while we're doing this. It's a good idea to add peat to everything. I just kind of mix it around the sides, some in the hole, kind of everywhere. And as I backfill, peat gets mixed in. It's always nice to have the peat moss in contact with the root system. You get the plant about the right depth here, we're going to start bringing our soil material in. Okay, I'm a big believer in root stimulator. We use either Fertilome or the new Bonite product. I didn't have anything to measure, so I'm going to cheat a little bit and put a couple ounces in. Root stimulator gets roots growing. It's got vitamins and root stimulating hormones. If you put that in there, be sure you don't get on the foliage. If you do, rinse it off because it's a fertilizer. So I made a little rim here. So when I pour the water, it goes in around the plant. It doesn't just run all over the bed. I'm going to water this a few times until I get the dirt to settle. I'll just keep pouring it slowly until I get the whole bucket in there. And that little rim or saucer, when you water the plant, the water's going to go down rather than run off. That's an important part of planting. Okay. When I put in new fabric, I tuck it so it's up against the side of the brick, but down where it'll be out of sight. I'll take a little of this old rock, I'll throw a little bit in here, a couple little piles just to hold it while I'm working. A couple little places like that. And you'll notice I've dug down behind the edging here so there's a lip. So when I put rock in, it's not flowing right over the top of the edging immediately. Okay, what I did was I cut a slit in this edge of the plastic so it can wrap around the plant. I'm going to overlap this seam just a little bit. I'm not too worried about having the fabric tucked up tight to the plant. I like to let water in when you water the plant. It'll run in. Weeds aren't going to grow as the plant canopies out, so I don't worry about it being tight around the neck of the plant. Overlap a little bit there, pull it back this way, add a couple more handfuls of rocks, tuck the edge down a little bit, and there we go. You notice I put down the old rock first because it's a little dirty. going to top dress the new stuff. It'll all wash up over time, but put the good stuff on top, put the older stuff underneath. After you get your rock in, I take my scissors and I put a little tension on the scissors and I pull up a little bit. I make the cut so when the fabric and the rock falls back in, it's invisible. It's up against the side of the plastic. Just pull up a little bit, trim it off, and you can always cut more. Tuck it down. Here this corner is showing. I can pull it up, cut a little bit off. You can tuck it down, and you just keep working it until it's all out of sight. Also, lots of times you see people put edging along the back side of a bed. Concrete is the best edging that ever was. It'll never come out. You don't need edging here. You just got to cut the dirt down so your rock stays below the top of the concrete. Concrete's great edging.
Yep.
When we're working, we end up with all this old scrap fabric and the plastic bags of the rock came in. Well, when you're done, you've got 6, 8, 10 trash bags full of your debris in. Works great. Okay, we've got a lot more edging to replace later, so I'm not going to put that all in now, but I'm going to show you how to overlap your edging to splice it properly. So many people just put it together. Over the years it separates and leaves a gap. I cut off about 4 inches of the top bead off a piece of edging. That's going to be the next one. Slide my connector in, and then you slide this in here. You slide it over the top of the other edging, which I can't do because the way I did it. And now, even if it separates, it's got edging between it. Then you take a stake and drive it through both pieces. And now that edging can't come apart. Even if it does move a little bit, it still has more edging overlapping. Never lets grass grow through. Okay, we're pretty much done now. New edging's installed properly. Our plant's planted, watered, the new rock's down on top. One of the most important parts is take off the tag. This little string can cut a branch over the years and kill a branch. Be sure and take your tags off your plants. And now we're done. That's how you replace the plant and repair the edging.